The media have given us credit lately. Go out there and get revenge. Well, he didn't say get revenge, but I'm telling you to get revenge. We were here last year. It was Ajax against PSV. We lost 3-0. We lost our unbeaten run. Can we correct the mistakes we made last season? What's going on, guys? My name is Adam, I am a Super Swan, and welcome to Club 4 episode 13 of the FM20 Campus to Champions, and we have a big episode in line today, as we will be showing the first leg of our Champions League Round of 16 against Arsenal, along with a top of the table clash against Ajax. So as you can see, we are up against Arsenal first today in the Champions League first leg, round of 16. And we're not going to waste any more time, and we're going to dive straight into the game. Well, not quite. I'm going to show you the transfers first of all, because it is the 16th of February. So we are out of the January transfer window, and I wasn't planning on doing any business. But then something happened, and I will show you exactly what has happened. And this is what? It's the outs more than anything. So we had two very big bids for our players. The first being Eredivise. He has gone to Atletico Madrid for £33 million. So our first choice left back has left the club. I mean, 33 million, I just could not say no to Atletico. So he has gone. A very good left-back in all fairness, and it is going to be a bit of a problem trying to replace him. But for that kind of money, I thought, you know what? You can have him. 23 years old, he wanted to leave anyway. He wanted to go to Atletico, so I let him go. I didn't want to hold back his career, but Eredivise has gone to Atletico Madrid. With that in mind, we also sold our first choice right back as well. Denzel Dumfries, again a club from China, Dailin Yifang, came in with 27.5 mil. And again, I thought, you know what? He's 30 years old. I'll let him go to get a big pay rise out in China. He's on 250 grand a week out in China, so it's best for him, and we got some money for him as well. So Denzel Dumfries has also left the club. He's gone out to China. So with that in mind, I thought, you know what, we need to strengthen the squad. So we have brought in a few players to try and strengthen. The first being a player that our head of youth development has signed, Rodemir De Luca from FC Volendam for 500 grand. He's sitting in our B team. 1.5 star current ability, 4 star potential. I don't think we'll be seeing him much whilst we're at PSV, but he is one for the future. And then we signed a couple of other players as well. We have gone to loan our new first choice left back. So Fabio Fallarino from AC Milan has come into the club. He's our new first choice left back just until the end of the season, until we can find something a bit more permanent. But he's a 3-star current ability, 4.5 star potential. And he got injured on his second day at the club. So he hasn't actually, he's played one game for us, I think, in the cup. And then he got injured. So he's been out with a sports hernia, but he should be back for the Ajax game. But he won't be here for the Arsenal game. But he's our temporary first choice left back. And I've gone back to raid Brazil for their wonder kids again. And we've signed in midfielder Luiz Gustavo. He's a deep line playmaker, primarily a DM. But he can play midfield and he can play centre-back if need be. I am training him to play as midfield because with our new defensive tactic, I didn't have anybody as a natural defensive midfielder, so I thought I'd bring him in. 3-star current ability, 4.5 star potential, so he's already a first choice player, and we're going to be training him to be a natural midfielder to give us some depth as well. So we did make a profit overall with the players that went out. So we sold 80 million this season, we've bought in 60, so we've actually bought £20 million into the club. So a fairly busy transfer window, and it wasn't what I was really expecting, so it is what it is, I guess. So we're going to stick with the Arsenal game. I'm not going to show you the league, I'm not going to show you the last games. We'll have to wait until we hear back from the Arsenal game, I should say. So we are going to go on the offensive, because we are at home, and I'm confident we can do a job here. So we've got Hermoso in goal, Goosen, Cisse, Van Droglen. Hoover's now become our first choice right back, which he is better than Zifuk at the right back position. So we're going to be keeping him as our first choice right back. Klaus and Charpentier in the middle, with Hadji, Matrinsky and Azakan on the right. Buchenhorn starts up front, and you might have noticed that Buchenhorn is unhappy, as on the last day of the season, Spurs put in let me get the timeline right. So Liverpool put a bid in of about 25-30 mil. I said, no, that wasn't good enough. I wanted 50 million for Buchenhorn. They pulled their bid out. Buchenhorn kicked up a fuss saying, I want to go to Liverpool. I'm not happy. And I said, look, they come in with 50 million, you can leave. Last game of the season, or last day of the transfer window, I should say, Spurs put a £77 million bid for Buchenhorn, and I was this close to accepting it. This close. But he didn't want to go to Spurs. He said on the advice, his agent said, I'd rather stay at PSV, so he only wants to go to Liverpool. So I thought, I could get £77 million in. I can't sign a replacement, and as much as Glenn Green is amazing and Glenn Green's Glenn Green, I am going to be losing a 4.5-star striker. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to keep him here till the end of the season, and then if someone big comes in the summer, I'll let him go in the summer. So Buchenhorn is still with us, and it's probably the hardest £77 million bid I've ever had to turn down. But like I say, he didn't want to go to Spurs. He wants to go to Liverpool. So I turned it down, and he hasn't been unhappy that I turned down the Spurs bid. But Buchenhorn's still with us, but he's a bit unhappy at the moment because I stopped him from going to Liverpool. But, you know, he's worth more than 25-30 mil. He is a £50 million player, which Spurs proved because they put in a £77 million bid. So we know what he's worth. We just need to get value for money. But we are going up against Arsenal, a team top of the Premier League. They are the defending champions of England. So I'm going to say to the players, the media have given you credit. Go out there, put a worthy performance in. I'm going to try and inspire Buchenhorn to score some goals as well. So it is the first time in this save that we've made the round of 16 of the Champions League. We are at home in the first leg against Arsenal. Can we get a good start and take a good result back out to England? 14 minutes in, we get our first highlight, and it is PSV on the ball. Starting from Cisse, who's lost the ball. No, he's won it back. Oof. You were lucky then, Cisse. You were well out of position. You're a centre-back. You're not a left-back. But Hoover, who has transitioned to right-back very well since Dumfries has left. But Klaus tries a ball, but it's intercepted. And I mean, that's a lovely ball to Zoppi. Zoppi's one-on-one. But we do manage to make the save. And I think the goal is to not concede a goal. Because if we concede a goal, that's an away goal for Arsenal. And I'd rather not take an away goal out to Arsenal, to be honest. I'd very happily take a 0-0 draw, really. Because if we scored a away goal out in England, then that's really good for us. But early on, Arsenal do seem to be the dominant side. And they are better than us. There's no doubt about that. You know, they are the champions of the Premier League. As Petit tries to get past Goossens. And it's Royce back to Petit. Crosses it in, and it's the back post, hits the post, and Zoppi almost scores again. Oh, it's all Arsenal, but Buchenhorn on the counter, unlucky. Coming up to half-time, I think we're being a bit overwhelmed here by Arsenal. They've had 5 shots, 5 on target, 53% possession. We are being a bit overwhelmed here. So I'm going to say the media's told us that we're good, so go out there and do good stuff. So I'm going to use our tiki-taka sort of cautious mentality. So I'm going to go on the counter-attack a bit here, which Matrinsky might have to be the sacrifice as our new sign Luiz Gustavo makes his on-screen debut. Buchenhorn on 6.5. I'm just worried that because he's unhappy, he's not going to put in a good performance. But second half, I'm going to play a little bit differently, tiki-taka, a bit more defensive, to try and find a goal. But we immediately start with a highlight from Arsenal. And I think looking at the tactics for tiki-taka, I might have to pull the defensive line a bit further back. But Buchenhorn gets it to Hadji. Hadji holding up the ball. There's a few players there. Gustavo, first touches for him. I just want to not concede, because if we concede to Arsenal, it's an away goal. I'll take 0-0. Oh, but no, Van Drogelen takes too much time. Zoppi's through again. Zoppi's one-on-one, and he puts it in the goal. Arsenal find themselves 1-0 up, and they just did exactly what I didn't want to do. They just scored an away goal. But Van Drogelen takes way too long on the ball. Simone Zoppi, he's their best player. He's a wonder kid. He's amazing. Puts it in the back of the net. It is 1-0 to Arsenal, and I'm going to make the change that I knew I should have done, because I noticed we're playing a much higher defensive line. I'm going to pull it all back, go a bit more standard. Don't play offside trap, because they can play balls over the top. But yeah, 1-0 down. As we get a throw in, 51 minutes. We just need to stop the rot, to be honest with you. Petit, loads of room. Everton shoots. And it's another shot from Arsenal. They are absolutely dominating us here. 8 shots, 7 on target, 51% possession. It is all Arsenal. Oh dear. That's a terrible mistake. It's 2-0 to Arsenal. It's an own goal by Goossens. What happened here? What actually happened? Maddison crosses it. Hermoso saves it. Goossens is on the line. And we're 2-0 down. 64 minutes, we're 2-0 down. I might as well go back to our attacking formation, to be honest with you. Because we're already losing the game, so there's no harm in losing that. So we'll move Hadji into the middle. Klaus can go there. Azakan can go there. We're moving people about everywhere here. Buchenhoren's underperforming. I just hope that this move to Liverpool doesn't put him off for the rest of the season. Glenn Green can come on for him. So we're going to try and at least get a goal back, because 2-1 isn't the end of the world. 83 minutes, I've got attacking, but it doesn't look to me the difference. Hadji's now underperforming, so Bougerin can come on for him. We just need to find a goal. 2-1 to take back to London is not the worst result we can have, but we need to find something here. 85 minutes, we start with the Arsenal goalkeeper. They have been a much better side than us, and they are a better side than us. As much as PSV are a massive club, Arsenal have got the finances, they've got the players. As Royce comes in, takes a shot, it's 3-0. It's 3-0 to Arsenal. He just runs past the players. And our Champions League journey, I think, will be coming to an end next episode, because we will show the second leg off in the next episode. But you can clearly see the gulfing class between the two sides, as Royce just runs around the team. Nobody challenges him. It's a lovely goal in the top corner, and it is 3-0 to Arsenal. Coming up to full time, we have one highlight to go. Arsenal have had 3 clear-cut chances, 4 half chances. You could say they've deserved it, but can we sneak a goal? 3-1 gives us hope, as Hoover crosses it in. It's a shot, hits the post by Azakan. That's the closest we've come all game to scoring a goal. But in realistic, put it into perspective, we've got to score 3 goals out in London if we have any chance of qualifying. And if they've beaten us 3-0 away from home, it doesn't fill me with confidence when we go to North London to try and beat them. So I think this will be a very exciting round of 16, but one that's not going to end in the way we want it to. So we do lose 3-0 to Arsenal. I'm going to tell the team that was far from good. They could have done a lot better, I think, than a 3-0 loss. But just to put it into perspective, right, Zoppi's their best player. Look at him. Just look at him. Look at him. He's an absolute animal. There's so many greens, I don't know where to look. He's worth £98 million. He's just an absolute machine. So that's the calibre of player we're going up against. But Sporting hammered Liverpool as well. That's a shock result in the other leg. Poor finishing cost PSV after a 3-0 defeat. Charpentier reveals Swan Fury after that absolute poor result. So yeah, we'll show off the second leg in the next episode, and we'll see how we get on in there. But a little bit more good news, if I show you the league table, we are now ahead of Ajax in the league by 3 points. Now, as I mentioned earlier, Ajax have absolutely self-destructed in this sort of second half of the season. If I show you their form, I mean, they lost 3 games in a row here. They've picked up 2 draws against Feyenoord and Groningen. They're not playing the best of games at the moment. So now is the time for us to really put some distance between us and Ajax at the top of the league. If I show you the schedule since you last left us, we've pretty much won every game. So we've come back to losing against Arsenal, but since you left us, we've pretty much won every game in the league. So that's how we've managed to pull 3 points clear. So we're going to skip over the go-ahead Eagles game. We're going to come back for the Ajax game at home, and we have the chance to hopefully go 6 points clear. We are back for the Ajax game, and I might have got a bit cocky against go-ahead Eagles. I put a very much rotated side out. I don't think there was any first-team players barring Hermoso in goal. And we drew 2-2. So we're now only 1 point ahead of Ajax at the top of the league, purely because I thought my second string could get the job done. But we've been in this position before. Last season, we went 20-odd games unbeaten. We went against Ajax, and Ajax destroyed us 3-0 to give us our first loss of the season. And we are in the same boat this year round, except for this time, Ajax could take over us if they beat us in today's game. So a little bit more stakes than the last one. And I'm going to show you the team that's going to hopefully make sure we get revenge for last season's 3-0 loss. Hermoso's in goal. Goossens is still in, as unfortunately Fallerino still isn't match fit. Cisse, Van Droglen and Hoover at the back. Klaus and Charpentier. Hadji, Matrinsky. Tempo comes in on the right. Buchenhoren is up front. And Buchenhoren, he's on a 6.6. Hadji's on a 6.3. I need to have a chat with him, I think, but we'll wait till after the game. I'm not going to slag him off before the game, but we're going to get the Ajax game underway, and if we can beat Ajax today, we could go the whole season unbeaten if we can beat Ajax. They are our hardest opponents left, and we are at home, but then we were at home against Arsenal, and they smashed us 3-0, so I'm going to give let's have a look here, I'm going to give a passionate, the media have given us credit lately. Go out there and get revenge. Well, I didn't say get revenge, but I'm telling you to get revenge. We were here last year. It was Ajax against PSV. We lost 3-0. We lost our unbeaten run. Can we correct the mistakes we made last season? As Klaus, 5 minutes in, finds Goossens, Charpentier. The midfielders linking up very well here. Matrinsky, long ball to Tempo on that right-hand side. Crosses it in for Buchenhoren. And it's an early chance for PSV as it goes out for a throw-in. Throw-in 11 minutes in. We start with Hoover to Tempo, Matrinsky. Can we get an early goal? Gets into the box for Hadji. Buchenhoren. Charpentier gets it in the top corner. And Patrick Charpentier has made it 1-0 to PSV. And we have struck it in the top corner. It's his first goal of the season. What a goal to have and what a time to get it. It's cleared away, or Buchenhoren finds Charpentier outside the box. Top corner. What a power strike. And we are 1-0 up. Throw in 20 minutes in. We're getting a lot of attacking positions here. As Hadji, he's on his own. Off the line. Oh, was that in? I don't think so. It's straight offside. We almost scored a second goal. Coming up to half time. Still only the 1-0. And we're in the hot seat. We're in prime position to go 4 points clear of Ajax at the top of the Eredivise. I'm going to say, do not get complacent. Buchenhoren looks stressed. I'm going to tell him, I believe you have what it takes. There we are. He's motivated again. If we have a quick look at the tactics, everybody seems to be looking all right so far. Goossens is a bit tired, so we will bring on Fallerino in about sort of 15-20 minutes. But so far, so good. Can we keep this up and get some distance between us and Ajax? On the hour mark, time to make some changes. I am going to bring Fallerino on to make his on-screen debut. Hadji again's on a 6.5. He's really underperforming. I'm going to have a word with him after the game. But we'll bring Azakan to come on to the left-hand side there. So we're mixing up our whole left-hand side of the team. Can we see this out for all 3 points? 72 minutes, corner for Ajax. They whip it in, cleared away, and it's tipped over the bar from Hermoso. And that's the first chance Ajax have had all game. And we really are putting the game to them here. 13 shots, 7 on target, 51% possession. We are putting the game to them here. We just need to get a second goal just to put the rubber stamp on this 3 points as Buchenhoren plays it to Fallerino. And that's the end of the highlight. 79 minutes, we're deep in PSV's half, or Ajax's half I should say, as they do clear it away. But Van Drogelen should pick that up. Don't hang on the ball, you did that against Arsenal, we conceded a goal. He learns from his mistake. As Cisse from the back, 1-2 between the centre-backs. Tempo has had a very good season. Been a bit quiet last couple of months, but he's had a good season overall. Hoover from right back. Crosses it to Tempo, finds Buchenhoren! It's goal number 2! And that should be enough to get the job done, as PSV are now 2-0 up. 4 points clear of Ajax. Our unbeaten run is still intact in the league. Could this be the season that PSV go undefeated, as Buchenhoren's just made it 2-0? Go on, boys! Kick-off highlight, 80th minute. We've just scored the goal. Is there still more twists in this tale? Surely Ajax can't score 3 goals in 10 minutes. That can't happen. We will not let that happen, as we play it all the way back to Hermoso from the goalkeeping position. And we have done the job. We've definitely got revenge over them since last year, where we lost 3-0 away from home. It's a good job we were at home this time, as Matrinsky, Buchenhoren's making a run ahead of him, but he goes back to Tempo. Azakan's going to pick that up on the left-hand side. Get in the box. Come on, boys. Oh, headed away. But Klaus with a shot, and it's another screamer from the midfield. Alisson Klaus with the goal. He's got a moustache now, and I think that's why he's scoring this amazing goal. It's a cross in the box. Klaus takes it down, finds his target, top corner, top class. It's 3-0 PSV. 87 minutes. We have fully got revenge after our last season's 3-0 defeat, as Ruck makes his way to the box. It's a tame shot, and Hermoso is equal to it. We lost our unbeaten run to Ajax last year 3-0. This year, we've got revenge and beaten them 3-0, and our unbeaten run continues. I'm going to give a passionate, a very nice victory. Well done. A good way to get over the Arsenal result and the draw against Go Ahead Eagles. So that does put us now 4 points clear at the top in the De Topper derby against Ajax. They're both disappointed. Sharp and Diaz scored his first goal of the season. Well done to you. The Spurs boss still scouting Buchenhoren after putting that £77 million bid in. If I show you that league table, we are 4 points clear of Ajax, and we are still unbeaten. 18 wins, 7 draws, 0 defeats. And I would say that is our hardest game we have just got out of the way. So I think what we will do, we will come back for the second leg against Arsenal. We'll also show off the semi-final of the Dutch Cup. So a little bit under the radar, but we have made it into the Dutch Cup semi-final. So we will show that off against Heracles and the second leg against Arsenal. So that's a good way to come back, I think. So we won't have any league games next time. We'll have 2 cup games. 1 against Heracles, 1 against Arsenal. So 2 cups next time. One of them, the semi-final against Heracles, we have a very good chance of making the Dutch Cup final. The other one against Arsenal, 3-0 down, go to North London. I don't think it's going to be a very pretty game, if I'm being honest, but we'll show it off. Who knows? Miracles may happen. But leave a like if you enjoyed, guys. Subscribe to the channel for more Football Manager 2020 content. We will be uploading Campus to Champions every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, 6 PM GMT. And I will see you next time for a cup double, the Dutch Cup semi-final against Heracles and the Champions League second leg against Arsenal. thank you very much for watching.